Greetings. We're ready for day 2 of your spiritual growth from 2 Peter 1, verses 5 through 9. Verse 9 says, "But he who is not having come near these things," this list that he's given us in verses 5 through 8, he's not seen clearly. He's being nearsighted, forgetful of having received the purification of his particular past sins. Now we will begin the study of 4 major points on your spiritual growth. The principles are, number 1, the instrumentality of your spiritual growth. Then we will look at the ingredients of your spiritual growth. Then we will look at the increasing of these things is the actual growth. And finally, we will look at the interruption of your spiritual growth. So let's begin with the first major point, the instrumentality of your spiritual growth. The one who should grow is him, the one having escaped the corruption. The admonition to him is you all increase, that is, add, namely this one. This inspired preposition must either be used to identify a location or show the means of instrumentality. The context of 2 Peter 1 calls for the second, the showing of instrumentality. That is, Peter is now going to show us the means by which we can increase or receive the multiplication of grace and peace he has wished before God or prayed for his hearers. How will this one grow spiritually? He says, you all increase, having brought forth all hasty diligence. And the whole string of ingredients emphasizes that spiritual growth requires an active, aggressive approach. It's not an automatic process, and it's not a passive process. But spiritual growth is a conscious, pursued goal which must be pressed toward with all of one's heart, soul, mind, and strength. I submit to you, if people took the same attitude toward their physical maturity that they do toward their spiritual maturity, then some would still be walking around in diapers, drinking bottles, etc. You get the idea. In fact, some would still be being carried around by others. There was a famous song in Christian music several decades ago called Fat Little Baby. You might want to look that up if you've never heard it. The pursuit of maturing into the image of Christ is the goal that we have set before us. One young man that I knew wanted the keys to the car as a reward for being potty trained. Well, the point is, as a rule, physically our children can attain maturity fast enough. But mention spiritual maturity, and the response might be, oh, I have an eternity to accomplish that. See, Peter is saying that spiritual maturity to the image of Christ should be our number 1 priority. Jesus and no other is the measure of the stature of the maturity according to Ephesians 4:13. Too many professing Christians fall into the snare of imitating someone other than Jesus Christ. Ephesians 4:13 says, till we all come in the unity of the faith and to the knowledge of the Son of God, unto a perfect, a mature, a complete man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Christ.